What's up, guys? My name is Justin. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back on iRacing for another round of RingMeister at the Nurburgring in the Pontiac Solstice. I'm going to record this probably, well, it's Saturday now, I should say, but you're probably not going to see this for 4 or 5 days. It's just going to be a filler vid next time I don't have anything that's scheduled to go up that I've raced, just because the way my schedule's worked out, there probably won't be too much recording that I get to do next week. So most of the videos for this upcoming week or that you've already seen for this week were recorded the previous week. So there isn't a whole lot going on this upcoming week for me. So anyways, we'll get right into this here. Our session should be launching shortly. Did already run one of these, which is why I just kind of wanted to use this as a filler vid. Do enjoy the car track combo. The first one went really, really well. I don't think we can possibly top that. We'll see if we can, though. Hopefully we get a nice fun race. I have not run any laps here in about 4 days. So we're going to have to go out and hopefully just get a half a lap of practice in or so and see what we can do. I know I ran like 8:42 for my Q lap or something, and I ran like 8:39, a pair of 8:40s in the race when I ran one the other day. Don't remember the specific details or who finished second or anything like that. But anyways, we should be able to be in contention. We'll see what kind of split we get. There were like 100 people registered for this, so it's probably not going to be that strong of a split. But we'll see what we can do. Yeah, we got some 1500s in here. We've rebounded a little bit. We're almost up to 1300, so hopefully we can push up above 1300 in this race with a good result. Just got to aim for no mistakes. So we'll see how we shake out where our Q lap puts us, and see if we can hang with the top couple drivers and try to get a win here. So that's the goal. Nice 0x would be nice, but not necessary. We got some nice SR built up on the road side after the 24 hours of Daytona and other road racing I've done that's gone really well recently. So we'll see. I'm excited to drive this car again. Again, for all I know, this could be the final race I get to do in this car. I'm not sure if it'll make a comeback in RingMeister or any other official series or otherwise. So always gotta have that in the back of the mind. I had that in the back of the mind when I was originally gonna stop iRacing a couple years ago. Had that in the back of the mind when I ran the final Solstice race at Laguna a year and a half ago or so. So we'll see how this goes, but that's always in the back of my mind for this. So we'll try to go out with a good result and a good finish. So. I do need to get out and go run practice, though. I have not, like I said, run any laps here in about 4 days, and that race, I guess, was, I guess that was Tuesday. I might have run IMSA here, the BMW IMSA race you saw last week, which was a lot of fun, but not really the same thing. So, oh, come on, click on the thing. We are starting on the pole, so that's a great start. So, don't know how many people qualified. Doesn't really matter. We are going to be on the pole at least, so we'll get right out, see if we can get a half a lap of practice in or so here. Remember what I'm doing. Of course, you never forget how to drive a car that you have as much seat time in as love as much as I love this car. It's just more the intricacies of this track in this car that are a little bit different. We're car number 19 in this field, so we'll see how that impacts things. We are, it looks like, in a Euro server just based on my latency bar there, so you have to be a little bit careful with that. Again, being on the pole hopefully gives us an advantage to be able to get away a little bit to start here. We'll see if that ends up working out and playing out like I hope it will, but looks like the one car, excuse me, is starting 6th, so that means that at least 5 people qualified, so we'll see what their lap times are like. On the grid, we don't get that now, of course, so I'm optimistic. I'm hopeful that we can run away and have a good result here. We were the fastest car in the race the other day that you saw last week. It was a good race, but it wasn't the most competitive race once we kind of broke away a little bit, so it was entertaining, though. I did enjoy it very much. I enjoyed the IMSA BMW race I got to run here at Nurbs Combined. That was a lot of fun. Not the craziest race. There were a lot of issues with the GTP field, but we made it through that. So we've been on a really good streak lately of good finishes and putting good races together. So I'm optimistic that we can continue that here. We got about 4 minutes left. We should be able to get most of the way around here. Just a nice lift over the crest there. Cold tires just about get the nose in there. Shoved ever so slightly. Has still caught the couple cars ahead of us though, so we know our pace will be at least decent. And again, starting from the front, hopefully we can get out and run away. The start was a little bit messy in the race earlier this week, just how it works out here sometimes with the way the track is, but gonna try to maximize that. A little bit sloppy there, but again, we made good time, so definitely catching the cars ahead. People calling each other idiots already. That's always a good start. We are ready to rock. Who's starting second? Anybody that we see up here? No. Got people breaking for this corner. That's always good. People already upset. Good start. Always a good start. Again, we'll just have to be patient with this first half of the lap. Take some tire warming. Miss hit, miss here. Looks like we already got someone off. Not plow into him. That's a really bad place to be stopped, actually. So. Got through there all right. Again, I'm optimistic. I always win this car. I always expect to win when I show up with this car in any series. So that's the goal. Just gotta get the mindset back.
Yes, boys. What's going on?
A little bit of a push there. Made it though.
Hola, ¿me oyes?
Again, we do have the advantage of track position, which will be huge, especially if there are faster cars. We can break away and just make sure we don't make any mistakes, which are easy to make around here. Only 3 laps, so not too crazy long. Going to be about a 26-minute race, 27-minute race, somewhere in that range, depending on if we can nail laps. So easy peasy. Minute 19, we should be able to get just about through the carousel, so that's the goal. Again, this will be flat all the way through this uphill backstretch. And then through to the carousel. Always struggle with the corner before the carousel. Just different break points for different cars, which isn't usually the case. But that corner it is. So Brian's already had enough. He's done. He's like, screw this. Understandable. I don't know if he just didn't practice or what. But one less car out there, I guess. I expect about half the field to die. That's just how it goes in the Nurburgring, especially with a low entry like this. A relatively easy car to drive around here. It's difficult to get all the speed out, as I've talked about before, but difficult to maximize. But we'll see. We got about, again, 40 seconds here. Get through the carousel and feel good about where we're at for the start of this from the pole. Break just after the curve there. Well, Brian's come back. Maybe he just needed a quick reset. So we are making ground on the car ahead of us again here. It looks like everybody else that was ahead of us may have crashed. So Bertrand is still out there rolling though. So good start. Again, we'll see what the Q laps are for the rest of the field. Definitely making good time. Get a little bit of a tow here up the hill. Not that matters. Again, we're about 3 seconds from being kicked out anyways. So. Easy flat up through there. All right, 3 laps. We will get onto the grid. Looks like the 6 car is starting second, perhaps. We are ready. 8:50, so we got about a 7-8 second gap and some change to where these guys qualified at. So hopefully we can break away, get some gap before the field kind of spreads a little bit would be the goal. And then we'll see if we can drive away. So let's uncheck everything just in case we do have a disaster. A lot of points are on the table. We're not running for points, so we don't care. All right, we are ready to go, ready to rock and roll. Let's do it. Sleeves rolled up because we do have to focus up. We do have to try here. No mistakes, but we do have to make sure we're doing everything right, being diligent, being smart and smooth. So thank you all for coming. I appreciate it. Make sure you drop a like and a sub down below. Don't want you to miss any of the action from iRacing or anything else I may post. Got lots of great content, videos coming up, lots of diverse stuff. So anything you like from other games, iRacing, real life Camaro content, track day stuff, it's all coming up. I've got it all worked out relatively. So be sure to drop that like and a sub. I don't want you to miss anything we got coming up. So I appreciate all the love and support as always. Hopefully we can have a nice, good race here. Everybody knows I love this car like none other. So it's always the goal to get to rock this car. And we'll see what we can do. Looks like Thomas is.
This is fucking shit. Why am I 19th, man? Fuck. What's
Okay,
happening?
I don't know what we're looking at there, but we're good. Problem is you want to start in second gear here ideally if you can put the car where you need to, where you want to, but it's easier said than done. So probably third is the easier roll, but if we get a chance to downshift, we will. It's a very tricky start here, just with the way the corner is on this Nordschleife configuration. I do prefer the starts, obviously, on the combined or on the GP, just because of the length of
Touch
straightaway.
them very much. Jesus Christ,
A little
bro.
easier. Looks like we got some drama in the back already, so we'll be aware that the fast cars are starting like 6th, 7th, 8th potentially, so we got some time to run away a little bit if we can. Hopefully we can break that toe nice and early, get away. That would be the goal. See what we can do. Good luck. Go early, make sure we can open up this section. And we are away. Get the field spread just a little bit. Nose turned in nice and early, nice and easy, perfect. That's what we wanted. Haven't quite broken the toe, but we're a little bit spread out at least. So let's not overdrive this corner coming up here. Very easy to do, cold tires. Overdrive, go flying off in the kitty litter on the left here, hit the wall. We're going to avoid that, be nice and conservative, nice and early on the brakes. We do make it through there. There we go, threaded through there perfectly. Turn in there, just catch the inside curb. Straighten this out as much as we can. Already got a nice little bit of gap. They will be able to tow from 1.2 back. Angel will, but not going to suck all the way up to us or anything in that distance. So 3 seconds back to Daniel, Marcel. They're going to get scrapping back there and
Pass me on the left.
probably lose a little bit of time. So we're in a good spot. Good start.
Some idiot smoked me and cracked my wheel.
Damn, couldn't ask for a better start than what we had there. So now it's all about just being smart and smooth, patient, getting this all set. Couple of nice long straightaways here for them to draft up on me a little bit, but nothing crazy. Just a slight brake and lift to make sure we get the nose in there. Nose in here, very important. There we go. Roll through there pretty well. Car behind plowed a little bit, had to slow down ever so slightly. That'll cost them big time here down to the fluke pots. Sorry, the compression, excuse me. Thinking about other corners as I'm watching this gap. There it is to 2 seconds, so that's a good start. Get this section right. Everybody tends to overdrive this, especially on cold tires. There we go. Up to 2.5, so great start. See what the field spread is like. The one car is still hanging 6 seconds back, so field's pretty spread, so that's good actually. Just a nice confidence lift up through here. Make sure we get the nose in on cold tires again. Early braking, make sure we get the nose in here, which I didn't do the other night. There we go, thread through there perfectly. Easy to overdrive this corner. We actually did ever so slightly, but we lived. Angel wants to go back there and fall into the clutches of Daniel, and they can battle, fine with me. Cost each other time. It is very difficult to pass on probably 80 or 85% of this track, so the more they get grouped up, the harder it's going to be to make time if you're stuck behind somewhere through a weird part. So there we go. Lovely. Good enough, not perfect, but good enough. Five laps of fuel, plenty. Of course, this is a fixed series now for this season. It was open in its first couple seasons, or however long they've been doing this. I don't recall exactly, but fixed now just because people were cheesing sets and stuff, as is Draft Masters. They made fixed, so they made all these kind of variety series be fixed for 2024, which I think is a good call. It sucks because, again, this car obviously I specialize in. I'm biased, but for most weeks it's probably a good call. Everybody's on the same playing field. You can show up and do it. So all right, just about halfway through this first lap, coming up to it now. Over 4 seconds back to Angel. No tow range from back there. You're definitely not getting any suck, but 1.7 back to Daniel, and Marcel from him probably is getting some tow there, and it looks like there's a nice little group still stacked up there from about 2nd to 8th or so. So they can go battle, be my guest, have fun. We just gotta be smart, make no mistakes, be just fine. So good start. Couldn't have asked for anything better. Similar to what we had the other night once we broke that toe. So gotta be nice and patient. Again, last little bit of the lap, the last quarter of the lap or so. Obviously, we did not get to run through in the warm up, and I have not been through it in the Solstice in a couple days. So just be a little bit cautious, run it maybe 90%, make sure we get it right, don't make any big mistakes, and then we'll be able to push for the next laps. So a little bit underdriven there, actually. That was a little bit sloppy. Not my best corner, but we made it. We're still good. Carousel, no mistakes here, hopefully. Really chuck it in there. Car will grip up. Wonderful. It's a good carousel, actually. Carry that momentum all the way up the hill here. All easy flats, so. There we go. Maximize the track width up to 4th here for a little bit for this section. This section is so much fun. You can just abuse this curve, especially this one on the right there. All the track width actually ran a little bit wide there, but we're still good. A little bit offline there, slid a little bit wide. Nearly picked up a 1X, but we managed to keep it in track limits. So it's good. It was just a little bit offline, ran a little bit wide, but we hung on to it, so thankful for that. Again, we'll just get to building this iRacing back up, running less random weird stuff as we've been trying to check off an iRacing world record, which I'll be able to announce in a couple weeks, hopefully. But now that we're through with most of the hard part of that, we'll be able to keep running interesting car track combos, stuff I enjoy, stuff that I know better. So that's going to be a big part of it. So up to the Stefan Beloff S here, end of the first lap. See what our lap time is. Like I said, we were at 8:39 for our starter lap the other night just because of where the green comes out. It's a little bit different. And then we ran a pair of 8:40s after that. Just want to be under kind of 8:45 will be fast enough. So second carousel. A couple of them are all within draft range back there behind us, so they'll definitely get to fighting. Easy flat here through the final couple corners onto the big straightaway. Carry all the momentum. It's crazy that the LMDHs are running like 50 miles an hour faster through there and still flat through that last part of the corner, which is insane. I did enjoy that. So on this straightaway, just over an 8.5 second lead. There's still a good group of cars there. Yeah, about 6 or 7 within a nice line. They're gonna be in draft range of each other to make it a nice battle going on to lap 2. See if Marcel is able to go make a pass and get by Angel. What was Marcel's Q lap? 9:09. So I don't know if he made a mistake there or just wanted to get one in to start not last or what, but he's had more speed than that. So again, we'll see where we're gonna end up. We got about 30 seconds here to get where we want to be for our starter lap under the Bilstein Bridge. Definitely going to be a draft pass behind us there. They're not very spread out, so Marcel's going to be able to make that pass for second place here. A little bit wide there, but we made it. 8:38.9 first lap. Excellent first lap. Just a little bit quicker than we ran previous first lap. Looks like there was some dodging behind us. They're all 10 seconds back now, but they're all in one big group, so hopefully they're able to stay clean and get to good racing. It looks like Angel was able to repass Marcel, who actually then lost a spot to Daniel there. That's interesting. All very interesting. go, thread it through there very nicely. Of course, Angel behind us then becomes the Pied Piper. We towed him around for a little bit that first lap. Now everybody's going to line up behind him. Although he's got a little bit of a gap there on Daniel, so again, that whole 2nd through 7th group is still very much in a 3-second window there, so there's all going to be all sorts of drafts up this big straightaway here. There's through the food pots. They're definitely going to have some draft passing opportunities on especially the uphill back straightaway, so we're good. We are nice and chill, just about the 11-second lead. I don't even remember what our margin of victory was the other night, probably 20 or 30 seconds. I don't recall exactly. But no, there was quite a lot of death the other night as well. Haven't seen as much of that here so far in this race. Straighten out the compression as much as possible, as much as we dare. All the way up top of 4th gear. Chuck it in there. There we go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Hello, Rebel Tree. How we doing? Again, just a slight confidence lift here just to get the nose in straight where we want it. No rush. Early braking. Don't want to overshoot. Be nice and smooth. We overshot anyways, but we're going to be all right. Not perfect. Early braking here again, downhill. There we go. Make sure we get the nose in easily. Again, not perfect, but good enough. Flat through this mini chicane in the miss hit miss, which is always, like I say, miss 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 for me. Although we did a pretty good job getting the nose in that time, to be fair. Trickiest corner on the track, in my opinion, here, at least in this car. Just the direction change, the downhill braking, the slow entry speed. It's all very hard to get perfect. Not a difficult corner, just hard to nail, make up time. So good. That was an awful shift by me. A little bit deep on my entry there. Got forward with a nice corner there. A decent run up this hill. Again, they're all still in line back there, about 13 seconds back, so people are enjoying themselves, I suppose. All right.
Yeah.
Felt like a decent exit there. Not sure if it actually was, but regardless. Carry this all the way up the straightaway as much as we can. 13 seconds is our gap, so we definitely haven't checked out nearly as much as we have in some other races the last couple weeks here. Daniel's all over Angel there. Wonder if Angel just made a mistake, dropped a wheel, but of course there will be draft opportunities up this straightaway to keep them all in one group. So Daniel finally, after starting 6th as the one car, is going to move up to 2nd. Still hasn't broken away from that train. Still a big group there at the front. Looks like they might have lost one somewhere in there, so not sure. Again, we talked about the fast guys this week have been in the low 830s. I'm not sure anyone's broken 830, but the fast guys have definitely been the low 830s. I have been roughly 3, 4, 5 seconds off the really, really fast guys here, but I expected that, so that's okay. See if we can get through here a little bit better this time. No idea if that was better or not. We made it, though. A couple disconnections, but only one person still towing in the pits, so see if Thomas is able to get back out here. All right. Something happened there. The one car suddenly opened up that gap. Must have made a mistake or a bad pass or something, because something went wrong there. A bit of a slide by me. Had to make up for it. Still good. Again, a little bit of a late turn in there to YouTube corner. A little bit better though. Having just a little bit of frame stuttering. Not sure if it's a server thing or a me thing, but apologies for that. There we go. Up to the jump. Still doing okay, 16.5 seconds. Group still tied up behind, so. Again, up to Beloff. So it looks like we've lost the guys that started second and fourth, which was the one car and Marcel. Both on this lap, we've lost them from the front group at least. A little bit of a sloppy second half of this lap for me. Been far from perfect. Get through the second carousel nicely though. Still scrapping behind us. Looks like Philip has moved up to second, gotten by Daniel and other Daniel. Everybody else is still up in there. It looks like Angel has slipped back a little bit, but still up in about 7th or 6th in that front group. So all still tucked up together there. 18 seconds is the gap. Still a big group there that's going to draft down this long straightaway for sure. And some positions will exchange as they get big runs, but we'll see what our lap timer is this lap. Again, we're still in decent shape for a good lap here, I think. See if we can break our 8:38. I doubt it, but again, sub 8:45s are the goal. We won't be caught if we can do that. So I'm happy with this lap. It's been solid, not perfect, but it's been solid. So
Something happened to you, Angel. What's happened to you, bro? Why you in
made
third?
good time.
Now
Looks
you're
like
in
Angel
ninth.
might have had an issue. Lap number 2, 8:39.55. So that's a great lap on a flying lap again with the different start-finish line that the first lap has. 8:39.55. I'm very happy with that. So we are rocking. 20 seconds is the gap. We are on to the final lap. Looks like everybody's scrapped enough and sorted out for this first section of the track. Good battle behind us. I wish we could watch that. Maybe we'll go watch the end of it when we're done here. But threaded through nice and easy. No pressure to chase lap time here on this one. We did the good lap, and now we gotta make sure we bring it home in one piece. No mistakes. So happy that I've gotten to drive this car a couple times this week. It's such a brilliant car. I've done videos the last couple weeks tutorialing this series here early last week, and then the couple weeks before that, why the Solstice is the best car, why it needs to come back, and kind of a summit point tutorial about why I love it, and so on. And just being in this car the last couple weeks more than I have been the last year or so when it's been off the service, it's been wonderful, and I'm so happy that this car is still around to drive. It would have sucked if they just like retired it, made it inaccessible. Probably would have broke my heart. I probably would have had to complain to iRacing staff, but it's just such a great car. It's such a great training tool. So fun to race, so fun to push, and it's one of the few remaining pure cars on the sim from when they started. So the Skippy obviously as well, but now the old late model's gone. There we go, just about get the nose in. The old late model's gone. The Legends cars changed quite a bit, that type of stuff. So, you know, it is what it is. I guess it's just the Skippy, but that's even been refreshed. This car, other than the tire update, has never really been refreshed on iRacing. So it's just kind of a throwback, but into the compression, 20 seconds still the gap as they're drafting around, which is fine. Make sure we don't overshoot this. We overshoot anyways. Ever so slightly. It's such fine margins. Thread through there just fine. Looks like Daniel's passed Phillip there on the compression, perhaps, for second place currently. Again, it's such a crapshoot until you get to the start-finish line in the last straightaway here. You probably, honestly, don't even want to be in second coming on that last straightaway. Although if you do get passed immediately from being second, you do have a chance to draft back and come back and repass. But with a group lined up like that, you probably want to be like fourth if you can. Get a double draft for most of the straightaway and then pull out late and pass and protect your line. That's probably the way to do it. Easier said than done. But there we go. Through miss, hit, miss. Actually hit it pretty well again that time. A little bit conservative. It was miss, hit, hit. There we go. Just about to halfway around the lap. Not quite now. Let's not overdrive this entry this time. Better. Still slid the nose a little bit there on the worn tires now that we're 2.5 laps into this thing. Definitely abuse them around here when you're pushing. Just so many different corner types and entry speeds and everything. So another awful shift by me, but we're still okay. It looks like the front two, I say the front two, the 1 and the 3 and second and third, it looks like have broken away ever so slightly from Daniel and the 7 and the rest of that front group behind. So might just be the 2 of them fighting for second place in the podium spots. Although Daniel and Huamada. Adam has moved up to 6 now, although it looks like he just dropped it and got at least a slow down. But still some good groups of battling going on. Everybody's kind of in a line there for a lot of spots, but we'll see if Daniel and Huamada are able to draft up on the front 2. Right, again, the front 2, second and third. Make that 4-car battle for the last couple of podium spots. Another sloppy lap by me. I'm not really paying attention, just hanging out riding. We're good. We're in a good spot. 22.5 seconds is the gap. I'm really happy with that second lap. 8:39.55 on the Flyers. Good. It's better than I ran both the other flying laps the other night. So pretty happy with that. Should get some good ironing. Again, good SR boost out of this. So that's all we're looking for. I don't know when I'm going to next race the Nurburgring. I don't think I'm going to be able to run the 24 this year. Dave and I and Carl and some others were talking about it. I think I'm going to be gone out of town. So, unfortunately, I'm not sure that's going to happen. So, I don't know when I'm going to get to race the Nurburgring again. We'll probably run some RingMeister for the rest of this season. Again, next week is the Radical, and then in a couple weeks is the Star Mazda. We'll definitely try to get one of those recorded for each, again, cars you don't really get to see anymore, don't race anymore. But and then after that, I don't know what next season is going to look like. We got 4 or 5 weeks till we got to worry about that. We'll see what we can put together. So it's been fun to run these big variety of series. It's been great. Some of them I hope I never have to race again, but it's been good to do them at least once. So there we go. Get turned in there. Just about 24 seconds now, the gap, which is roughly half the straightaway length, that last long straightaway. So. Go, point the nose, perfect. A little bit wide there. Through there a little bit better, still wide. Again, thankfully didn't pick up a 1X. Don't know why we struggled so much in that corner in this race. It has not been good. I don't know if it's a track temp thing or a track wear thing or what it is, but just has not been good. It's all good. We're still alive. Most of the tricky part's done. Looks like there's been another separation back for second and third. Daniel may have made another mistake or something. He's still within about 1.5 seconds. Maybe able to suck up some before the straightaway, but he's got to be perfect with it. Otherwise, he's not going to have a shot. So. There we go. Threw Bell off for the final time. A couple more corners. About 3 more brake zones. Really sloppy entry there, just slid a little bit to the right and missed everything. Probably going to cost us a shot at another 839. I don't think it would be anywhere though. This has been a pretty poor lap as I've been looking around and watching scenery and talking. So not my cleanest, smoothest lap by any means, but we made it, not dead. Only like 2 more brake zones to go. On to the big straightaway. See if there is a fight for second, third, fourth, and so on, or if they're all spread out just enough. Great race, everyone. Take it. Pleased with this. Pleased again to get to drive this car. That was the main thing. Get to drive this car a couple times. Such a fun car to drive, such a fun car to race. And I love this track, even though I'm not that good at fun tracks. So we'll take it. We'll get another win. That's 2 for 2. It's been a great week. I think my last 11 races, other than that late model race at 5 Flags where I finished 4th, I think they've all been podiums in the last 11. So 10 last 11, I guess. But all 4th or better. We picked up some incidents and stuff, but we've gotten like 6 or maybe 7 wins in the last 11 now. So been on a really good tear. It's been a good week. So after the heartbreak that was Daytona last week, it's been good to have a nice week like this. So still got Kia to run this week, and I still got Rookie Street Stocks at USA to run this week. But been a great week. Through the last couple of corners. Finesse it up through here. It looks like they are close enough to maybe have a battle at the end here behind us. Get through. Lap time is a 41.244, so again, a little bit slower there. Not a perfect lap by any means, but we made it. Jump out here quick and see if we can go find second place. Battle for second place. Oh, they're close. Up to the final corners. Daniel trying to go around the outside of Philip. He's going to run off the track. Is Philip going to hold on to it? It looks like he will. Oh, he's going to actually lose a spot to Daniel. He's just in the wrong gear there. Daniel got caught up. Throws away a podium trying to get second, but great finish, great race there. Philip ends up P2, then Daniel and Daniel. Huamadi behind gets there. Adam kind of running by himself. Any other close battles here? There are a couple. Not close there. Looks like Linus is going to pass Ray, who must have had a big crash there late.
Good rig.
And then there's some towers. So yeah, people just finishing up. Having rough endings to the race here, unfortunately. But again, I don't think we're going to wait for the whole thing. But I guess we'll see where some of these people are. They're not too far behind, actually, most of these guys. So this guy's still at the Carousel Volcan there. He had the tow, so we're not going to wait for that. That's going to take forever. So we'll hop out of here. We'll call it good. And yeah, happy with that. So make sure you drop a like and a sub down below. Don't want you to miss any of the action from iRacing, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2, NASCAR Dirt to Daytona, Camaro content, anything else I may post. Like I said, I got hopefully lots of cool stuff coming next couple weeks. So be sure to keep an eye out for that. I appreciate all love and support as always. Until next time, bye-bye.